This is my second video today. This is Joyce Fernandez, and I realize now that it's very noisy where I am living. There's many neighbors that are around me that are doing yard work today, and so I can hear the sounds. I can only hear it when I listen back to my self-introduction, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to leave it, only because it's important for you to know that you do not have to be perfect to be perfect. As long as we can hear your voice first on the track, it's okay. You might be going to the beach and the seagulls going by, which is a beautiful sound, or wind. As long as we can hear you, take it. If you keep redoing your videos over and over and over and over again, it'll make you crazy. Of course, you want to put your best foot forward, but that'll be different each and every time. One thing I'd like you to understand from the very beginning about this fundamentals of public speaking class, it is about studying oral communication. You have been studying written communication since you learned your ABCs. So written communication you're familiar with. But when a writer writes, a reader reads, that's the connection, right? So when a speaker speaks and the listener listens, that's the connection. So oral communication and written communication have a lot in common. That is why I do not require the textbook, even though it's a really good textbook and will help some of you refamiliarize yourself with what an introduction is like, or what a outline looks like, and how you go from introduction, body to conclusion to have a complete message. Same fundamental principles that apply to written communication apply to oral communication. Also, through the course of the semester, if any of you have any written communication that you've already done, like a paper from psychology class or from your English class or science, and you would like to take that out, dust it off, do not read it online, break it down into an outline or some notes, then you can present that information because there's your information. So you don't always have to come up with brand new topics for yourself. They might be topics that you've already researched, you've already explored, and you can bring that from your other courses into this course and get good credit for it. But you will be practicing your oral communication skills. And that's what this is all about. It's nothing more than practice. And it's for you, so that at the end of this semester, by the end of August, you can look back at all your videos, your self-introduction, your in the news presentation, your informative presentation, your persuasive presentation, your personal experience or brief opinion presentation, and your free choice, and say, look, I've grown. I'm more relaxed, I'm more comfortable. My words are coming out more in a fluid stream. The pacing is better. You'll see, it will happen. It will happen magically. It's really an exercise in practice and doing it over and over again. Just like you learn anything else. When any of you have played soccer, you always have practice. If you are learning to cook in the kitchen, you try different recipes over and over again. And each time you do it, you learn a little bit more about yourself. Plus, we will be watching each other's presentations through our VoiceThread app in the student gallery, and that is very inspirational. And you will see different personalities taking on this oral communication challenge in different ways. And everyone has to be comfortable and proud of the person they are today. What makes you special? That will come out in your videos as well. So you do not have to be anyone else. Whatever topics you're interested in, we'll be interested in too. As long as you put good energy and it's sincere, it's going to be a hit. I will listen to anyone if I think they're being genuine. As soon as I think that they're just reading off a paper, or they just got their speech on an AI app or something like that, you can tell it's not authentic. So with flaws and all, we just go straight. I am not Portuguese, but I love the Portuguese culture. And there's a phrase, I think it says, sempre frente, always going straight. And I enjoy that very much. So when you open up your Canvas module for this summer, you will see that on the side, there's a whole bunch of words, and the syllabus is there, announcements are there, and then the word module. Click on module, and that's where you'll find our work for each week. And each week I just keep adding. Just like you did in Blackboard for folders, they call them modules. And then you just go right down. I did add one extra file or one extra handout for you this time for week 1, just to show you what you should be doing as far as your checklist, is just go straight down. Whatever I have there, you're going to do them. Usually you'll find 1 to 2 discussion boards, do those. and then maybe a faculty or an instructor's video, so watch that. And this week you'll have instructions on your self-introduction, a sample of my self-introduction, and then the VoiceThread tool. If you're having any issues with any technical issues, you either call the college, and I put the number on our syllabus, or you call Canvas Hotline, and I put that number there too. All technical issues will go other than me. How you could utilize me is just telling me that you're having a problem. You might email me and say, my VoiceThread is not working. I am going to try to contact the Bristol support team, or I'm going to get help on this, but I may be a little delayed. I want you there on a timely basis, every week get the work done by the end, because sometimes that doesn't happen. You can tell me you're having a technical problem, but I know better than trying to solve your technical problems, because I'll get into the weeds with you. Everyone has a different computer, you might use a different search engine, all of that can affect what you're doing online. I call the help desk and I call Bristol Support Online all the time. I've yet to call Canvas because it's brand new to all of us. Well, we'll get through it. You might notice that in the grading system, it's not synced up yet. The Site Lab people or the Bristol Online support people tell me it might take me a semester to get them all together, so do not panic. I also keep all your grades and all your participation in a notebook. I write things down, so I keep up with what you do. You can see by the syllabus what is graded, what is not graded. The textbook is there. I love the textbook. It really will connect you to oral communication, to written communication. And for many of you, you should be reading it, you should be looking at it on a weekly basis, and maybe get some great ideas from it too. It's really a well-written text. It's free, it's virtual, it's from the University of Minnesota. I did not discover it. Professor Rick Ribello started using it, and then I was looking for a no-cost textbook, and when he showed me what he was using, 2 thumbs up. I was like, this is the one for the short chapters, and it's not required, but it's a good support system for many, many students. So don't hesitate to look at the textbook on your weekly basis. I just don't assign it, but it's there for you, always there. But you'll be doing your discussion boards, you'll be doing your presentations, you'll be watching each other's presentation. There's a way in VoiceThread that you can comment back to your peers. That is not required, but that's also a good way of connecting and making you feel part of a group. You'll be connecting on the discussion boards, possibly on the VoiceThreads, and you can already see I'm doing a lot of talking. And then every other week, you'll be doing a video. Every other week, you'll be doing a journal that connects back to the video. And those are the things that are graded and the final exam. So if I were you, I'd focus on that. Just keep this class as designed as easy and with more fluidity as possible for you. Make sure you have time every week to spend to it, to pay attention to it. Do your videos on the fly if you need to, which is fine with me. Have notes with you. I had a student a couple of semesters ago that worked evenings in Stop and Shop Bakery, and he did every one of his speeches from the bakery because he relaxed at night. Everything was clean. He had his notes. He did every single presentation in the bakery. It wasn't always about the bakery. Sometimes it was, but it was a good setting. Some people will go outside to do their presentations. Some people will go in their car to do their presentations. Like me, I'm in my upstairs, a little office area, which is really just a small little table with my computer on it, but I call it the office. Wherever you feel the most at ease. That's what's important. You can have an audience if you like. Some students like to have an audience. They do their presentations in front of other people so they can replicate what it would be like to be face-to-face, which is fine. I've had many students have family members watching. We protect their identity because this is a public class in the sense that the students are all watching it, so you don't want to put your camera right on your family's faces, unless they say yes, that's different. But often that can help you. And again, not to try to be, to keep repeating myself, maybe I haven't said this, but I'm not expecting you to send in perfection. I'm expecting you to work through any nervousness you might feel. You might have two to three takes, but I wouldn't do any more than that. Trying to make it perfect or trying to edit out the bad spots is not what this is about. If I'm going to show you flaws and all with my neighbors, I think there's power washing going on or a lawnmower or something. I closed all my windows, but you still can hear it. I apologize for that. I'm going to be putting this up on our course space for introduction. Welcome to the class. Welcome. We take it one step at a time. I know I talked way more than I should have, but I'm looking forward to hearing and listening to you, which is what this class is about. You practicing your oral communication skills, and that muscle will develop.